Oh, it was. Last night was amazing. I thought you were a good pick. I think I was right. I'm really sad you didn't take me up on my offer the first time. I think I missed out. Oh, no, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Forget I said anything. How about instead, I make you a nice breakfast, and you can get off to work very invigorated. What do you think? A day off? Oh, wait a minute. You just started working there. Why would they give the newest one a day off already? Well, I do work with the gods. I have at least a general idea of the way things are done, and giving the newest person time off so quickly? There is definitely something you are not telling me. Of course I'm curious. I'm feline. It comes with the territory. Ah, yes, I remember you mentioned a friend. And you had made a promise to them, and that was the reason you joined up, as a member of the Royal Guard. But you really didn't elaborate any further than that. At least not that I recall. Well, if it's painful, then please forget I said anything. I may be curious, but I'm not going to pry. You can tell me when and if you feel ready. Either way, if you tell me you have time off, it might sound a bit odd, but, well, who the hell am I to care? I have you here, in my bed. Me? I set my own hours, thank you very much. I have worked long and hard to open up a shop of my own, and if I decide I'm not going in, well, I'm not going in. If there were any express orders or anything critically urgent, but I don't have anything like that. Well, at least not work. There's always you. Yes, and I've made it very clear since I first saw you that I like you. And now the offer to help get you re-energized and reinvigorated does still stand, even if you aren't going into work. It would still be a good idea to be well fed and energized, and, well, maybe up for more extracurricular activities later. Well, because I would like a repeat performance of last night, but we don't want any cramps. And that's always a risk with extraneous activity like that. I have been dying to get my hands on you since I first saw you. Very fortunate in my line of work, you know. Although it isn't every day a gorgeous knight like you walks into my shop. Oh, I do hope I didn't make you uncomfortable. I didn't mean to. I do have a tendency to just say what's on my mind and not necessarily think things through as much as I should. You're very kind. Well, it's worked out for me so far. I have my own shop. I've not had the most usual, typical life, and I've learned to get where I am today. I have had to, I say what's on my mind, and it's not always the most appropriate thing. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you a little secret? Oh, on the contrary, I am so very glad you came over. Here you are, some of that breakfast I was working on. It's part of a balanced diet. I think they're pretty good. You might even say they're great. That's a personal preference. It'll give you the energy you need to get moving, though. Yes, I know it's not everyone's thing, but trust me on this one. Just try this one. Really. It was my forward nature that caught your attention, was it? I'm not surprised. I hear it fairly often. But it's still great to hear it from you. Perhaps you could learn a thing or two about that from me, then. Well, any relationship of any kind. Ideally, you both want to be helping each other be better. Right? So, we don't have to put a label on anything, but whatever it is that we are would benefit from helping each other to overcome our own flaws. You struggle with saying what's on your mind? I don't. I can help you there. I struggle with reading the room and knowing if something is the right thing to say. You can help me there. Well, yes, there are already some incredible benefits to this relationship, but why not have more? For little is good, more must be better, right? That's what I always believed. I don't think that's the case. I don't think, in this context, there can be too much of a good thing. If we are both helping each other to be the best versions of ourselves, honestly, it is a win-win for everyone, because then everyone we each interact with are interacting with us at our best, not at our worst. And that, if you'll indulge a little philosophy for a second, is an ideal outcome for society as a whole, for everyone to be operating at their best. I can help you, you can help me, we can scratch a couple of itches together, or maybe more than a couple. Who knows? You're here working as part of the guard. You're going to be here for quite some time. I make armor for the guards. I'm going to be here, as far as I can tell, indefinitely. We both just so happen to be in the right place at the right time, and we'd be foolish to let the opportunity pass us by. What I'm proposing is a mutually beneficial friendship with some very nice benefits. You don't have to answer me yet, but from the look in your eye, I have an idea. I think I know what you're thinking. Oh, no pressure at all. In fact, if it makes things easier for you, I could open the door, you could walk out, not feel like you owe me anything. It's a good breakfast, isn't it? I'm glad you like it. A lot of the locals aren't particularly fond of my cooking, which is fair enough. We are a different species, after all. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. You're not... I don't suppose there's any chance you're part lion, is there? Tiger? Anything? No? Well, you never know. See, that's one more reason why this whole arrangement would be a good thing. Well, I'll finally have someone to share my meals with. I have tried to cook for others before? Alas, no, you were not my first. But you are definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite. And you enjoy my food. You know, it's not something I ever realized before, but it is important to be able to share something like that with someone dear to you. It's very bonding. I like it. No, don't feel pressured to say anything. I understand. I understand completely. I do have a question for you, though, if you don't mind. When we were talking before, you mentioned a childhood friend, and I do remember. And I remember you not wanting to really get into it, which is entirely understandable. You had just met me. And if you still need time, of course, take all the time you need. But I was wondering if you could maybe tell me a little more about that. Because I want to know more about you. Yes, I think we know each other very intimately now, but there is still more to learn. Okay, I'm going to say this very clearly, so that there's no misunderstandings here. I like you a lot, and so I want to learn more about you. I think potentially there could be something great here between the two of us. But before we make any sort of long-term commitment, it's important to get to know each other better. That doesn't mean we have to stop having a good time on the side. It just means that communication is important. Well, to make a very long story short, our family had recently made a deal with, gods, I don't remember, someone in the area. And it was supposed to be this great peace treaty, and supposed to be. Because what actually happened is they rounded up all the adults and took care of them while they ran off with the rest of us cubs. Thank you, I'm alright. It's been quite a long time since any of this happened. I hardly remember any of it. But my point here is, if there is going to be anything between us, which I am very blatantly telling you I would like, it does need to be built on a foundation of communication. I know a few bad actors don't represent everyone, I know. I mean, hell, if you wanted to do anything nefarious, there were several hours last night when I was out cold and you absolutely could have. And I'm not trying to accuse you of having any intention to do that. But these demons in my head, they follow me. Always. And so anyone I have around me needs to at least understand that it's not that I don't... You really are too kind. Well, to understand it so completely, so easily. You know, I've tried to have this conversation before, and it often ends up in an argument. Which just even more proves that I am making the right choice, picking you. Oh, I would love to hear the story about your friend, if you're ready to tell it. Well, what I'm most curious about is why you would promise to join the Royal Guard and not something more local like the City Guard. Ah. Okay, that... No, it makes complete sense. You can grow up in this small, poor farming village and have this vision of what it's like to live in the capital, to live among royalty. And the easiest way to see what it's really like inside those walls is to become a member of the Guard. But that was your friend's goal. You've admitted as much yourself. So, what happened that changed that got you to move on that path? I think maybe that's a story best left for another time, then. I don't want to press you too hard. I don't want to do anything that would make you feel uncomfortable. And no, I can see from the way you're reacting, this is a difficult story for you. I can respect that. We can put a pin in this conversation and come back to it another time. I would think by now all of that food has been digested. Maybe you're up for some more exercises? Yeah, some training. I can help you run drills on how to make sure you can get in and out of that armor as quickly as possible. I'm sure that would be beneficial for your job, right? Right, for your own good. Purely a professional exercise. Hello everyone, Star here, and thank you for listening into this video, audio, vadio thing. This is the third part in my Lioness Blacksmith series, and I had a bit of writer's block getting this moving. Even here now in the outro, I'm kind of having writer's block, getting stuck in my head a lot. So, the inspiration behind this, I think, is fairly self-evident. After a night of some fun activity, you wake up and, well, you know, it only makes sense to make sure you have fuel and energy for the day. Breakfast is the most important meal after all. And it just so conveniently happens to give you the fuel and energy for more extracurricular activities, which is a beautiful combination of events, I think. And it's not really based on any one event specifically, or, you know, nothing like that. Just that feeling of last night was amazing. I want that again. But hey, let's make sure to at least take care of ourselves while we're doing that, you know? I don't know if anyone listening has ever had this problem. I have had a struggle with Charlie horses since I was younger. And it's become less of a problem as I've grown up. It used to be I'd wake up in the middle of the night for no reason, just in intense pain. And so I know how to, you know, work a Charlie horse out. I've trial by fire kind of learned that growing up. Now, did you know that can also happen when you're having your extracurricular activities? Yeah, that's not so fun. When your leg just like cramps up and you're just like, kind of ruins the mood, you know? Kind of ruins the mood. So, being able to, you know, get food and make sure you don't have cramps and whatnot is kind of important, you know? It is especially important, you might say. So, I think that's enough about this one. I'm gonna leave that there. And yeah, that's that. Thank you for listening if you made it this far. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah. Thanks, Haunter. That's where I'm supposed to start. Even if... The offer? Fuck. Damn it, Haunter. You made me lose my train of thought. Damn it. But whatever we are... You suck, okay? You suck.